Hello Scorpio, welcome in. This is a general reading for Scorpio, and because it's general, not everything may resonate, but just take what does and leave the rest behind. It's also a timeless reading. There's no date associated with the reading. I trust that if you're here and you're seeing it now, then that's when it's meant for you. I've pulled three cards from different oracle decks that are new for me, so I wanted some time to kind of meditate on them. I'll be doing that for a little bit of time. I love working with the oracle decks now, and then we'll move on to the tarot. So the first one you had that I pulled for you from the Kuan Yin oracle is the Tao, which is these images are just beautiful, and it speaks to certainly some levels of surrender, but it's allowing things to flow. There's a need to be flexible. I'm getting like that sense of you've got a tight grip on something, and it's important to allow the process to unfold. Natural solutions will come from this, was one of the hallmark things that they talk about in there. If you allow things, if you remain flexible, remain more open, then things will flow a lot more naturally. It's just, there's a huge wisdom in that. The Starseed Oracle that I pulled for you was the Great Severing. It's kind of intense. It's Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love is one of the solutions. So the Great Severing. This is with Mars energy, you know, there's something here about, again, just the need to soften, to recognize, you know, when you're in a conflict or you're really frustrated within some context of work or personal relationship, to see the innocence of the other as well as yourself in a situation. You know, we build up our belief systems and sometimes we can get really rigid with our characteristics and what we absolutely have to have present, you know. So this is talking about softening that and relaxing that and seeing the innocence of the other means we all came here very innocent, you know, with purity. Basically, we came in pure and we're going to leave, and all of any anguish, all the karma that we built up, we're going to leave that at the door as we enter the next realm. So it's important to see the innocence at both ends of the spectrum of our lives as a human being, and try to see the situation or the person in particular as a human being. The innocence of them is there. It's a gem in every one of us. So I guess, yeah, just kind of softening and not having to need everything to be exactly as you think it should go. You also got from the Animal Spirit deck, you got Vulture, and it came out in reverse. Let me show it to you upright. And it came in reverse. And this card talks about, normally it's a purifier card. Of course, we know the Vulture. It's not always the most pleasant to think about, but the Vulture is really beautiful for the ecosystem to help balance out what needs to be balanced out. And Vulture reverse talks about aggression, as does the Mars too. There's an aggressive stance that someone may be taking here. Just needing to kind of release that and let things flow. And yeah, so I get dramatic is the other word that comes to mind here. Dramatic and aggressive. So I think that there's an imbalance happening in those camps. So we'll move those here, and we'll move on to the tarot. I've shuffled and meditated on your cards. Let's get those up there. So let's get started. See what's happening for you, Scorpio. Underlying energy, wow, the Six of Swords. And we have here the Five of Pentacles as well. And then we have the Page of Swords and the Nine of Cups. Oh, okay. And the Three of Swords. And that's as far as I'll go here. So we have here an underlying energy of moving away from something. It could be lack-based thinking. You have here some sort of wish fulfillment with the 9 of Cups. Beautiful to see that here. And you also have the 3 of Swords, so there could be some message here. It could be about health, not taking care of yourself, or an outright something that's very painful here. And it could be news with the Page of Swords, that you receive news that is painful to you. And there's a need to maybe retreat is the word that's coming right up right there with that. So the Page of Swords is coming up here in your recent past. Wow, the 2 of Swords. I'm going to pull all these out and then explain or clarify. The 4 of Pentacles. Wow. Scorpio, the 10 of Swords. The King of Swords right in the heart of your reading. And then there's the Page of Wands. So 2 pages now. The 8 of Swords. Goodness, Scorpio. And then the 6 of Cups. Good to see that. And then the King of Pentacles. Wow. So you have here, you have here sort of a blocking, a resistance. I can feel it all over, and it has something to do with heartbreak. You have the 10 of Swords and the 3 of Swords. Something has, you've received news of some kind, or just that you have some lingering pain and strain here. I see with the 8 of Swords a feeling of stuckness. Actually, you have 3 pages here, and that's pages are talking about messages, new starts, inspired action. This right here with the Page of Wands, that's about inspired action. Feeling energetic, wanting to move on something that's inspiring you. This can be pointing to a relationship, absolutely, moving toward the relationship. The Page of Pentacles here is about, it's about doing research, as is the Page of Swords, actually. The Page of Swords can be it's called the Spy of the deck, and it can talk about somebody spying on another. But I feel like you're moving away from this pain of the past, of the present. You've been experiencing kind of some level of backstabbing, and which has created this hornet's nest of thought, is what I'm getting there. And you're feeling mired and stuck in it, or you were feeling mired and stuck in it, and there's a needing to move away from that. It's really left you in a difficult place. You have the King of Swords here right in the heart of your reading. So there's some kind of sensibility that's coming in now, or soon will be, and it could be a person. This is the card of Aquarius, but it could be a person who thinks really rationally. Just the facts are the most important thing to them as far as learning the truth, because that's what they're after. They're after learning the truth about something. That's why they make great lawyers. The King of Swords is known to be the lawyer card. So let's clarify the 2 of Swords here. Okay, 2 of Swords. Clarifying the 2 of Swords. Okay, well that's really clear. So we have the Devil card, the 5 of Wands, the Hierophant, and the 5 of Pentacles. Clarifying the 2 of Swords. There's a decision here, Scorpio. Absolutely a decision that creates a lot of conflict for you. It makes you feel someone here, maybe not you. Makes you feel you have the 5 of Pentacles twice. So there's either a limitation of resources, or you don't feel enough. You don't feel up for the task. You don't feel enough. And there is a card of commitment here with the Hierophant. This is a card of traditional values. It can be some guidance, a person that's in your world right now that is offering you some guidance. Or it could be just there's a question here, a decision with the 2 of Swords. There's a blocking of commitment to something, to a project, to a person, to a situation. There's a lack of commitment, and this is karmic. This is coming up over and over again. Needs to be dealt with. It's created not only a sense of lack, or the reason you're not committing is because you don't feel like you have enough or are enough. There's just not enough of you. And you have the Five of Wands here, and that is talking about not necessarily a sinister kind of conflict, but just, you're running interference into something, or people are running interference into you. It's an argument that keeps getting brought up in your world for whatever reason. As I say, the Tao this is talking about flow. This is talking about allowing things to take their natural course, because there is a natural course there, whether we try to, infiltrate our will on it or not. There's a natural course that will rectify a lot of things that way, a lot of things. So let's keep moving here. We have the Sun card. That's clarity right there. With your Two of Swords, clarity is coming, or maybe you're aching for clarity on what do I do? What do I do? Is what I'm hearing. So let's clarify the Four of Pentacles here. Clarifying the Four of Pentacles for Scorpio. Clarifying the Four of Pentacles. Clarifying the Four of Pentacles. This is about a love relationship for someone here. We have the Lover's card, the Knight of Cups, and then the Two of Pentacles, clarifying the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles is about resistance, stubbornness. It is holding on to the status quo, not wanting to make a move. And it seems to be that there's someone here who's resisting, has to make a decision about a relationship, maybe committing to a relationship. There's a lot of things that are, you have another two out on the board here. So that's talking about juggling things. Sometimes there's a distraction in that. If you juggle a lot of things, then you just don't have to deal with it. So that could be what that's about. But you have someone here. It's a little bit of a dreamy. It's a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. That could be you very much wanting to offer a cup of love to someone. This is a person who has, soulmate level connection to you. It's a decision, absolutely. But it's a decision, generally speaking. The Lovers is about a decision in love. This is the card of Gemini. Let's see what else. We have Taurus here. We have Capricorn. We have Aquarius. And that's it so far. Any of the earth signs, of course, the air signs, any of that. But mostly we have Gemini, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Taurus here so far. So there's, you're just kind of, there's someone here who's just holding on to what the status quo is. And if it's an economic concern, then yeah, you're juggling things to make all your ends meet. There's the Four of Pentacles again. There's the Four. So we're on the Four of Pentacles. And so the Four of Pentacles, talking about holding on monetarily. As soon as I said that, I was looking at that. So, or I looked at that. So there may not be enough. Maybe, as much as I want to feel that for some of you it's about a love relationship, it may be a resources, that there's just not enough resources, and that's kind of making you spin out and feel agitated. And that's where this, anger and conflict are coming up. And this card talks about softening to love. Softening to love, softening to the person who isn't standing there in front of you offering their cup of love. And if this is not you, then it's someone, how they feel about you. Just wanting to offer you this. So let's clarify the Ten of Swords, because you have the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords here. And that's rough water for sure. Okay. Clarifying the Ten of Swords for Scorpio. Oh, here we go. This is upright. I don't know when that turned over, but we have your card here with the High Priestess here. that you share with Pisces. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Four of Cups. This is clarifying the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is betrayal and, you know, as I mentioned, getting up in your head, you know, to the point where it's really painful and hurting you about some painful situation. And this, I'm really strongly getting, there's a sense of lack, monetary, or the feeling that you're not enough. And this, you know, this is when you're looking back for whatever reason. You're looking back to the past and you're not seeing this offer. See how the person that's sitting by the tree is being offered this cup of love from this knight. So there's someone offering you something here, and for whatever reason, your propensity to look at the past pain and heartbreak has you, you know, holding tight to where things are and not wanting to move on it. This is shifting, okay? This is the Wheel of Fortune is shifting. It means it's shifting in your favor. However this is playing out for you, it's a good luck. You know, it's good things coming your way. So things are going to shift, and at some point, hopefully soon. The presence of the High Priestess here, she does talk about. Actually, she doesn't talk. That's the whole thing about the High Priestess. But this card speaks to her, it's not gender specific, just speaks to someone not talking about something. Keeping secrets, yes, keeping secrets, which could be what this is all about. But there's a withholding of information here. There's also a tuning in to your inner guidance, which is really good to see, because that's the key right there. Tuning in, staying silent until you really understand what it is that you need. There's the Sword of Truth, the Ace of Swords. There's a truth. Someone seems to be asking you for a truth here, or you them. Let's see here. We're clarifying. Wow, okay. Clarifying the King of Swords here. Clarifying the King of Swords. Wow. So we have the Ace of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Two of Swords that came up reversed, which is great to see. To clarify the King of Swords. This is in the heart of your reading. As I mentioned, the King of Swords it's an air sign, or Aquarius specifically, but it can be anyone who fits that descriptor of rational thinker, someone who's really seated in their mind and displays very little emotion. They certainly have emotion, but they just don't bring it out in any kind of in many situations where it's really requiring to keep the emotions out of it. That's why they make great lawyers. So we have here the Ace of Wands, and whatever it is that was, you know, holding you back seems to be shifting with this Wheel of Fortune, shifting to a brand new passionate beginning, either with someone or in a new career endeavor, something that's really going to solidify. The Two of Swords has reversed itself, so that's beautiful, because it kind of unlocks your heart a little bit, which is exactly the advice from the starseed. What's this one called again? Oh yeah, the Great Severing. So that's kind of going to unlock things within you from that Four of Pentacles kind of grip that you may have on it. And then you have the presence here. I think this is you, Scorpio, but this is the Queen of Cups, someone who's kind, compassionate, does a lot of things for others. It could also be a mother figure, talking about a mother figure. So, so you have a brand new beginning after you've given it some time, you know, and it's just naturally shifted. If you follow the advice of the Oracle, which is to be more flexible, to just let things unfold more naturally. Don't try to be inside directing it quite so much with your will. Yeah, so you have here, you know, using rational thought to kind of be the basis of how you approach this, is what I'm getting. And there's the confirmation right there with the Queen of Swords. That's exactly what she does as well. She uses her experience, and some of it isn't so pleasant, but she's wizened from her heartbreaks and things like that. And that's the suggestion, is that you allow that wisdom to come forth It will come forth naturally once the wheel shifts and you kind of let go a little bit. But it's about truth seeking. There's a truth that's needed to come out here. That's so clear. Let's clarify the Eight of Swords here. Clarifying the Eight of Swords. Well, you have two major arcana here. To clarify the Eight of Swords, you have the Six of Cups twice again. You have the Emperor and the Magician. Clarifying the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is basically you're feeling stuck, or you were feeling stuck in it. Another thing I feel compelled to mention is the Six of Swords, which is talking about moving away from the turmoil of this, is what I'm getting. So the Eight of Swords is feeling stuck. You could be in the place already of moving away from this, from the heartbreak and the feeling like you're stuck and marred in it and you can't get those thoughts out of your head. You seem to have manifested some level of control with the Emperor. Both of these cards are Aries cards. Let's see if we had any more come up. We have the card of Cancer. Yeah, I think I'm up to speed on that so far in this reading. So we have the Emperor and the Magician. And this is a pretty intense combination of cards, I have to say. You know, the Emperor is all about control, and that certainly works into the feeling I'm getting from this reading, is that someone's trying to keep too much control on a situation or a relationship or a career move or whatever it is, to their detriment. So the Emperor is he's the king of all kings, so he needs some level of control, yes, but the shadow side of the Emperor is really intense control. And when you mix that with the Magician, it can be really, manipulative kind of action taken here. So there could be someone whom brought about this Three of Swords and Ten of Swords by being manipulative, being too controlling, and trying to manifest the outcome for themselves. And it's someone from your past, it says, with the Six of Cups. So that really makes me want to clarify the, and there's the Queen of Pentacles underneath there, which is, I have the King here. So there's a need for self-care regarding all of that stuckness or that potential for someone here with that control. Clarifying the Six. There we go. Clarifying the Six of Cups. Okay. Yeah. So we have the Empress, another two major arcana. The Empress, the Justice card, and the Queen of Swords has appeared again with regards to the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is a soulmate level connection, someone whom you're very fond of, someone who is just, you feel comfortable around them, or you did. And there's someone from your past, and you have that twice. So there's someone from the past that you feel that you're stuck on some situation with them. There could have been something like, this is the Justice card. This is all about balance, which is what these Oracle cards are talking about too, is that there's something is out of balance here with being flexible. So this is speaking again to the same thing. There's a truth that needs to come forth here. When you're looking for your truth, both of these cards are about truth as well. Justice and the Queen of Swords, they're about truth. So there's a need here, and this is the card of Libra. Both of these cards are Libras. So there's something here about, someone whom is nostalgic feeling to you. It could be a game of the mother figure. You have two cards of mother here, the Queen of Cups and the Empress. And the Empress is about self-care, but it's also, which you just had it on the back side of the last series here. The Empress is about being comfortable, feeling abundant, feeling like you can, your creativity is soaring. And I think that the Empress in you is asking for self-care and some kind of getting like grounded or whatever, and it has something to do with someone from the past or a family member maybe. Yeah, there's just a need here for balance, and I think you get it. I think I'm at a point in the reading where this is really hitting me nicely, where there's a balance that's coming. There's the Eight of Cups, which is talking like the Six of Swords about walking away from things that don't serve you towards your Nine of Cups, towards your wish fulfillment. So that's headed in the right direction. I'm going to do one more with the King of Pentacles here. Yeah. Clarifying the King of Pentacles. Okay, wow. So you have the Six of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and then the Four of Wands clarifying the King of Pentacles. A lot of pentacles there. So, you know, if you had concerns about economic or monetary kind of concerns, I think that's going to be balanced out by the end of, we get to the end of this reading, and you have the union with the happy home. We have the balance and the give and take going on. We have the King of Pentacles, which talks about, you know, someone who could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, someone who has done really well for themselves and have solidified their world. You know, they're secure, certainly financially secure in one form or another, and they have, they're just stable, very, very stable person there. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles as well, which is talking about working on your craft and getting to work. That's what I'm getting to work, and things are balancing out. So you go through some rough water here. Things seem to get balanced out with whoever it is from this past connection here. Or maybe family, I just keep getting family members. So things get balanced out, and there's some self-care involved. It's a highlight here. That self-care and a feeling of better well-being is coming forth in this reading. So I hope this is helpful, Scorpio. And if you enjoyed the reading, please do like, share, subscribe. It's very helpful. And leave a comment if you like, if it resonated with you. And I look forward to seeing you again here next time. And until then, take care. Bye.